All set.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Welcome to my studio.
Smooth.
Happy Valentine's Day. It's February 14th. Let's go, Dustin.
How's it going, eh? Happy Valentine's Day.
So it's February 14th. We are going to do some drawing. We're going to do some art love, baby. Art love. Speaking of art love, today, actually through the whole weekend, we have got a sale going on over at Creature Art Teacher. We've got a 25% off sale off of everything. So just gone over to Creature Art Teacher, and at checkout, if you punch in Art Love, that is ARTLOVE, you'll get 25% off your entire purchase. The more you buy, the more you save. So go over and check it out. Also, I want to mention today that we've had our Procreate course up and running. It's currently 50% off. I think it is. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, Nick. But we've had our Procreate course up for the week, and it's selling like gangbusters. And so I thought today I would work in Procreate and promote the course a little bit. And I had a great time making it. Nick and I got together a few weeks ago and spent a while putting this course together, and it's been pretty popular. And we were pretty happy with it. So if you're interested in Procreate, which is what I'm going to be drawing today on my iPad Pro, then go over and check out our course. It'll show you my techniques and the way that I approach Procreate. So that's pretty cool. And also, I want to mention that today is the last day to get our early bird pricing on my live 4-day workshop with Ronnie Williford, March 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Do you have that slide up, by the way?
I have that.
It's going to go up quite a bit. I can't remember what it goes up to, Nick, but today's the last day for the early bird. I think it goes up to $1,000, up to $1,000.
Oh,
So get it. If you're interested in coming and joining us, it's 4 days of painting on location with Ronnie Williford and myself, watercolor painting, plein air. We did this in England back in July, and we had such a great time. As a matter of fact, we have several of our wonderful students that we had in England liked it so much, they're joining us in Sarasota. So,
oh, really?
Yes, so we're very happy about that. And if you want to join us, then come on over, and it's going to be a blast. Like I said, we're going to be painting at the Ringling Museum, which is some beautiful grounds, lots of tropical like banyan trees, and the Cadazan, which is the home of John and Mabel Ringling, and it sits right on Sarasota Bay. It's just super tropical and picturesque, and so it's a wonderful place to paint. I used to paint there when I was in college, and I've painted there several times since, and I just absolutely love it. So Ronnie and I will be there. We're going to be at Selby Gardens, which is another place in Sarasota, right on Sarasota Bay, which is just beautiful foliage, and it's gardens. It's great. Flowers, orchids, all kinds of wonderful things. And then we'll be painting also in Lido Key, South Lido Key, right on the beach, be doing seascapes and all kinds of cool stuff. So March 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. We've only got a few spots left, and we'd love for you to join us. So when you're freezing up north somewhere, come and join us in Florida. It's going to be awesome. A YouTube suggestion. Draw a deer and a doe, please. Oh. Doe, a deer. A female deer. I might do that. I just might do that. I like that. I like that idea. Do it out of my head.
Do it out of your head?
Do it out of my head.
No reference?
I got to do it out of my head. No reference.
No reference.
Reference. I got tiny little Diet Coke cans.
It's so cute.
So, as usual, Dustin's here with me because he has no Valentine today.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it feel to be alone?
Come on,
sing it. Keep it going.
To call my own.
You're an idiot. All right, and then we got Nick in Sarasota, and he's going to be fielding questions as well.
Through Deep thoughts.
Yes, deep thoughts. And so I am working. Do you have my mirror up?
I have that up right.
Bingo. And you got the down shooter on here?
Yes.
So
Yes,
let's
yes.
jump in. Let's do a new image. Let's set that at. Do I want 6,000 by 4,000? That was pretty big, and it limited me to 18 levels. I'm going to go to 3,000 by 2,000. So we've got a deer and a doe. Do we have any other suggestions?
Can you draw a lovesick orangutan today?
A lovesick orangutan.
A lion trying to flirt with a tigress?
Ooh. Take me out of my comfort zone, though. That one I could do. A lion flirting with a tigress. I like the what was it, a lovesick orangutan?
Lovesick orangutan.
Mm-hmm.
Lovebirds
Doe
would
and a
be
deer.
fitting, someone also says.
Lovebirds.
Or, yeah, lovebirds or a siren. North American badger on Valentine's Day. How about a moose? I
A moose.
want to put that one in there. A moose. Elephant playing tennis. Maybe with a heart-shaped racket.
An elefante playing tennis.
Oh, koala from for Australia. I mean,
Yeah. We could do that.
An iguana riding a flamingo.
What?
An iguana riding a flamingo. How would that work?
Well, it's just, who thinks of this stuff? I gotta turn on the fan.
Feels so good over here.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna turn it up.
Ferrets or otters holding hands.
There. Are you getting any air?
No, but I'll live. Ferrets or otters holding hands.
Okay. You know, I haven't done any underwater stuff.
Any under
You know,
Water
really
stuff.
like fish. Make up some fish.
maybe
Love
dolphin.
fish.
Maybe dolphin swimming, making a heart shape.
Polar bears.
A clumsy cheetah trying to impress a female cheetah.
Twitch comment: an old can opener jealous of an electric can opener. What? All right, let's do the deer and the doe. I'm just going to go with that. Let's go with the deer and the doe.
How about draw Dustin with a heart?
Dustin has no heart.
Yeah, I'm hollow. Don't you guys realize that? And now we're just getting more
Weird.
more recommendations. Mermaid with long flowing hair, a stingray mermaid, seahorses, a lovesick otter because I'm home with the flu, a lovesick orangutan underwater.
Oh, I got a message from my brother Travis. I bet he's watching right now.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Dustin Travis just wrote, an owl taking a driver's test.
Make a koala look like a human in real clothes. That just sounds like me. Diver rat? What's a diver rat? A rat that's diving? I don't get it.
You get these ears really big.
Ears. The ERs. Does any of the viewers on Facebook have any questions? Or, well, not just Facebook, but any of the other stations, but I'm currently looking at Facebook questions. So, do you offer art critiques?
I don't right currently.
I'm guessing
No,
that's your
not
brother.
yet. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be my brother again.
Somebody commented to everyone watching, I like your imagination today. It goes crazy. A lot of interesting recommendations. What's going on? Request day? Have you decided what to draw yet? We're going with a deer and a doe.
Mm-hmm.
A deer and a doe. Do you offer art advice?
Right today, ask it to me and I'll give it to you. Ask it of me and I'll give it to you.
You have any plans going to Norway?
Not currently, but I'm sure we'll be there at some point.
Or in the close or the far future, either or.
It feels a little Bambi-ish, doesn't it?
A little bit. Oh, it actually feels a bit looser than Bambi.
Well, I'll be tightening it up for sure.
Oh, yeah. Buck and a doe.
Buck and a doe. Buck and a doe.
Box.
Canvas. Flop. I'm not liking her. I don't like that silhouette. I want to do something a little different.
I've noticed your Photoshop brushes are organized in some of your videos. I was wondering how you did that. I have trouble finding the brush I want and would like to organize them.
It's very simple. I have to show you on Photoshop, and I'm in Procreate today. I'll be in Photoshop next week. If you want to come back and watch and ask the same question, I'll be able to show you. Or you can just look it up on YouTube. It'll be there.
Any plans on coming to the UK?
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
Wow!
Wow! Hold on. I need a cowbell. Will you be coming to UK at all?
Not anytime soon. We were just there.
Well, not just there, but we were there.
Well, we were there over the summer. Yeah.
Yeah, over
So
the
I
summer.
guess for me, as I get older, time just flies.
So at this point in your lifetime, it's like a year ago. It's like I was just there.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're talking about the possibility of going not this year, but next year, was it?
Something
Something like
like that.
that. Something like that.
Yes. So I'm just scribbling right now, trying to get his. I want to get that ear cocked forward. There we go.
Huh?
There we go. Go ahead.
There we go. How do we request art advice based on artworks we have already done? It's like, I think talking about like art critiques. Like, how do we?
Well, we're not doing art critiques right now. But just bring that up like that. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, but in the future we will be doing art critiques. This is something we get asked of a lot. It's just that there's so many people out there that want them from me, and I haven't come up with a ideal way yet of making sure that everyone gets them. So, sorry, I'm trying to draw and talk at the same time. When I'm in my exploration stage, I have a real hard time talking, which is where I'm at right now because I'm still trying to find the pose. So
My subscription is ending soon. If I purchase some courses now, will I have access to them to download after my subscription ends? Thank
yes,
you. Yes?
yes. Once you have them, they're yours. You just You got to download them before the subscription ends, though.
What do you advise for a beginner, like focusing on fundamentals one by one or working on your weak point?
All of it. All of it. You know, fundamentals will help you with your weak points.
Any plans of coming to Boston this year?
Please come to Boston for the springtime. Joe Loggins, was it Joe Loggins? Not Kenny Loggins, but it was another Loggins that sang that song. Dave Loggins. That was a Dave Loggins song. No. Not anytime soon. My sister lives in Boston, and I gotta get up there.
Aunt Wendy?
Yeah.
Oh.
There. So we got a rough sketch in here. That's not too bad. Feeling very Bambi-ish. But I still don't like her pose. Let me don't like her body pose. Let's move everything over a little bit.
We've got another subscription question.
Sure.
So the year plan, is that all videos where you only have 1 year to watch? I'm thinking of purchasing, but 1 year seems not enough time to watch all the videos.
No, what it is you have a year, yes, but you can download everything, and once it's downloaded, it's yours. That's the one thing that's different with our site than a lot of other sites that only allow you to stream. No, we want you to be able to have these and benefit from them. So you have the ability to download them, and then there we go. I'm just gonna have her going right off screen when she's walking up to him. So yeah, so even after the membership expires. Now you got to keep in mind too. Our membership, it's an automatic renewal too, so you don't have to worry about remembering to renew it. And we're always putting out new content, and so anything new that comes out during the year, you get that. It's yours.
And it's not just courses that you get; you also get brushes and are the reference photo packs?
Yep.
Part of that too.
Yep. And Dustin's getting some really good photos that we might start using some of his as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to start organizing all the specific birds that I've gotten.
I'm going to try I'm going to try something else real quick with her.
How are the book characters you're creating coming?
Oh, good. They're coming out really good.
How do you make a character that can be serious and silly without looking like two different characters?
That just comes with good design. It's hard for me to just explain it and show you. I'm going to duplicate this layer. We're going to turn this one off. I want to save it just in case. So I'm going to come over here and erase her. We'll try a couple of different things. We've got her saved on another layer, so don't freak out.
Oh no! I don't like it. Can you make him have a big fluffy mane?
No.
Sounds like a lion thing though.
Yeah. No.
Is there any art events you would recommend that is worth traveling all the way from Norway to?
Yeah, my plein air painting course. Yeah, come to Sarasota.
Are there any other events like conventions or anything that are worth going to?
Yeah, my plein air painting course. Come to Sarasota. There's a lot of stuff that happens here. I think CTN, if you're into animation, Lightbox is another one.
Yeah, I would have loved to go to Lightbox. Yeah, because the very first Lightbox event was last year, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I should have put her on her own layer.
Oopsies.
Yeah, I should have done that, but I didn't.
What were you thinking?
It wasn't.
I'd love some advice on some blending. Yeah, blend on the on
Yeah,
the
you
paint
blend.
on the painting side, if you could. I'm a manga artist, mostly digital, but beginner on actual canvas painting. By the way, the deer reminds me of Bambi. I
Yes.
love it so much.
Yeah, every time I design a deer, it always comes out feeling like Bambi-ish. I think that's it's just the. There we go.
But do you have any blending advice for painting?
Well, that's a broad. It's a broad question.
Because it could depend, like if you're talking about
Yeah, there's all
highlights or
kinds of
shadows.
Yeah, there's lots of different, ways of blending. If it's watercolor, oil, acrylic, what are you blending to soften shadows? Are you blending to? I mean, blending is just a really big generic term, so I can't really answer that without it being more specific.
How do you decide where exactly to put the eyes?
Just thinking about the anatomy. Want her a little bit smaller. Just about touching his nose.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there. So the year plan is indefinitely to watch?
What?
So
What?
What?
What is what?
What?
What a noise!
So the year plan is
Yeah, the year plan. You can.
is indefinite to watch, like as long as you have the subscription up, you can watch everything. But if you download it, you can it's all yours. Like it doesn't lock up when
Right.
when you lose your subscription or anything like that.
Right.
Once you download it, it's all good.
Once you download it, it's yours, baby. There. Okay, there's our deer. So let's. That feels pretty good. What do you think, Dustin?
Yeah.
You like?
Shows your curiosity. Whenever I draw, I find myself thinking of the end result before I start, and it puts me in a bit of a block. Have you experienced this, and how do you overcome it?
Sorry, just reading my brother's text. I got to pull up. I do have to pull up reference. I forget how the markings go on the mouth of a whitetail. So sorry, folks. I got to cheat. I'm pulling it up on my phone.
On your phone?
My phone.
Yeah, I was about to try to find some photos on the site here.
Images. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. I need a little bit more of a side shot. Whitetail deer profile. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. Idiot. All right. See, I got it right here. Right here.
And I also got this.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, baby. See, I had the marking kind of right there. And then the rest of it is just the nose.
Yeah, I'll just move that right there, and I'll move Nick right here.
Right here.
What do you think? You think that'll work?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Sweet. Sweet, that's awesome.
That's some star-spangled awesome right there.
That right there is just star-spangled awesome.
Alrighty then. I'm just going to give them little, not great big antlers. You know, a lot of people don't realize that the difference between antlers and horns. You know the difference between antlers and horns, Dustin?
Mm.
Do you?
Antlers grow. Antlers grow.
You're so close.
Like they have their own kind of fur on it that grows out during the winter, but it sheds off
Antlers.
during the spring.
Antlers are shed every year.
Yeah.
So they fall off in the wintertime and they grow back the next season. And
Horns, they stay.
and horns are always attached. Yes.
Now Aaron is singing instead of Dustin. What's next? Dustin drawing?
There we go. Okay, so we got all this done. Let's create a new layer. I like her popping in, going hello,
Hello.
hello.
Are horns stronger?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
What do you do when you don't have inspiration? How do you stay always creative?
Well, first of all, the more you do it, the easier it is. So that helps. Obviously, you guys know that I draw a lot. I sit down and I just do it a lot. And the more you do it, the better you are at finding inspiration, being inspired, any of that.
Gabby just got on. Says good morning.
Gabby!
Good morning, Gabby. How's everything going all the way over there in California?
California.
California.
Hey, Gabby, are you coming to our March event? I keep noodling the rough drawing. I gotta stop.
Actually, I found an earlier question I did not see.
I knock the opacity back. Go ahead, Dustin.
Do you have any advice on how to do fur textures using watercolor pencils and such, particularly on hairs?
Oh, you know
Like
what? I
rabbits?
don't know about that. No, I don't know.
Something you don't know?
No, I've never actually. To be honest, I've never really used watercolor pencils.
Oh my god.
But I would assume, if I were to, I would approach it the same way I approach doing fur and hair on anything else, and that is, don't start by going after individual hairs. You go by the groups. I just spit. See? Whoops. I
Always
spit on my screen all the time.
I just realized this yesterday while we were filming.
Yeah, I did an unboxing of the new Wacom 1, which is a new pen display that they've come out with, which is really cool. Look for the video coming out in the next Dustin? Next day or so?
Hopefully.
But the screen was so pristine and perfect, and by the end of it, was covered in spots, and all my computer's screens are covered in spots, and I realize this because I'm doing so many live streams and talking, and I spit when I talk. I'm terrible.
Always spitting.
Always spitting.
Gabby says, it's almost 11, I just woke up.
Yeah, you're still young.
And also says, it's warmer than I would like this time of year. And I had a couple of personal setbacks, so I'm hoping I'm hoping to still make it, but honestly not certain yet.
You're fired.
What I do? If I... How does the pressure sensitivity and feel the iPad and pen compared to the Wacom?
To be quite honest, first of all, I love iPad and pencil and all of that. But to be honest, I like the feel on the Wacom better. I feel that it's the sensitivity is a bit better, and especially with the new Wacoms now, even on the Wacom One, they etch their glass in a way that it feels like you're drawing on paper, which is really cool. Do I amuse you? Is there something? Is there a joke that I'm being left out of here?
So saying, now your DNA's all over your screens.
It is. So now what I'm doing is I'm just tying everything down.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Is there any possibility of personal consultation? I will send the portfolio and Aaron will comment on what I should improve and what to what to look out for in the future. THX.
It's THX.
Thanks.
Oh,
But-
oh, THX.
But it's also THX. It was the audio.
Yeah. And then your head explodes.
Yep.
No, there's not. Right now, we're not doing personal critiques. We've got lots of requests for them, and we just need to figure out how we're going to do it.
But it's not a critique. It's a personal consultation.
Shut up. Shut up. You're shutting up.
Shut up, Donnie. Aaron, your next drawing has definitely got to be Bigfoot and the Blazes. And I'll play the role as Bigfoot.
Well, my brothers inspired me to. I want to do some sketches from when he and I were lost in the Gulf of Mexico. Just for the heck of it, not to take anything away from him, because he's doing some story stuff. But I definitely have some ideas of just doing illustrations, and maybe he could use them. If you're listening, Trav, I was thinking about it the other day. I'd love to be able to just do a few illustrations in Photoshop. I've got some ideas for some that I think could be cool.
Would you do a tutorial on how to draw snow?
Funny you mentioned that. I have some snow and debris brushes. You don't even have to know how to draw it. You just paint it on. But yeah, no, I could do that. It's really simple. But there are lots of different types of snow, right? And so you got to think about the type of storm or not storm that you're painting.
Oh, V is here. She says hi.
Hello.
Hello.
She's probably on the treadmill.
Treadmill.
Yeah, Vedanta's out working out. I haven't gotten in there yet. I mean, I was before, but I haven't been in a while.
I purchased your Drawing Big Cats course a long time ago. In fact, it's the first lesson of yours I ever bought. I love it, but I only wish you covered lion manes from the front a little bit, since every time I try to do a lion scene from that angle, it looks like it has a hairdo.
Well, the other thing you can do is look at some reference. But yeah, I mean, I tried to be as thorough as I could. I guess I missed that part, but there's already like, I think 20 hours in that course. Sorry about that. I can probably do something in the future and cover that.
And have you checked the deep thoughts?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been sitting here drawing. I haven't even looked up. Sorry, Nick. What are your opinions on How to Train Your Dragon trilogy? I think it's genius. And I'm a huge fan of Dean Dubois, who's the director and writer. Dean, and I've known Dean for a long time. He was one of the head story guys on Mulan. That's when I first met him. And then he since went on to just become a really great filmmaker. And so good, in fact, with script writing, that whenever we would write a new version of our script when I was at Disney, we would contact Dean and have him read it for us and give us notes. We just really enjoyed his opinion and his sensibilities that much. I think he's a genius. So there's that. I love that series. I love the emotion of it, the honesty of it, the message, everything about it. And I'm glad he got at least one Oscar out of the three movies.
Did you already answer the Twitch question?
Nope. Today. Oh, that's right. This is another one Nick is reminding me. So today for Valentine's Day, we're adding a special bonus video to Tim Hodges' Drawing Cartoon People. So that's a course that we put out a while back with Tim Hodge. If you remember Tim Hodges, he's got how to draw cartoon animals, and we recently put out how to draw cartoon people, and he just gave us a bonus video. It's a 2-hour video that we're going to be adding to the course on how to draw princesses. Ooh. So if you already have it, you'll be getting it added to your account soon. So you're going to get this for free. It's a brand new 2-hour video from Tim. If you've already got the how to draw cartoon people, you'll be getting this soon.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just one of the ways we like to please our customers, eh? Twitch question. Everybody says, do not get too attached to your piece on which you're working on, or else you will not see all the flaws and mistakes. But how does one not do that? Or how does one do that when painting itself is basically putting your heart on paper? Well, it's really just of course you're going to be attached to it, but it's really being open to making changes, making big changes. Sometimes you got to throw it out, in order for it to, you got to start over, and that's basically what that means. And the more you draw and paint, the more you'll be able to do that as well. So it's really, I do thousands of drawings and images a year, literally. And so I've really come to regard everything that I do. It's something that I can just do again. So I don't get too attached to everything. It's always striving to make it the best I can. Here we go. All right, so here's Feline. No, I'm not trying to do Bambi, but for some reason it's coming out like Bambi.
Bambi.
Bambi. Flower.
Bambi.
Doggone it. Gosh, dang it.
Hey, YouTube question. I'm going to the zoo today. I'm going to take pictures of the animals. Do you recommend copying off the images? Also, draw another snow leopard, please. Hello from New Hampshire. Hey, don't tell me what to do.
Oh, he can tell you exactly what to do.
My nephew lives in New Hampshire.
Nice.
Eric Blaise. Go take pictures, but also draw from life. don't depend on those pictures.
Well, and earlier Gabby said, actually, I'll be going to New Orleans for the first time this year, birthday present, and I'm so ready to eat those beignets.
Beignets. Yeah. That's all right. You would.
Why do people spell them so weird?
Because it's French, baby. It's French.
But anyways, so the
Beignets.
food.
Yes. They're delicious.
Delicious.
Little tiny little poofy donuts.
Wait, isn't that the food that the main character made in Princess and the Frog?
Yes.
Yeesh.
Yes.
Yeesh.
Yes.
Yeesh. I wouldn't mind trying those. They look delicious.
They're basically little puffy donuts with lots of little powdered sugar on them. Oh, good lord.
That sounds tasty. Yeah, we're doing a road trip, just for those.
Just for beignets.
Just for beignets.
Eric on Twitch says, I'm enjoying the Procreate course. I just finished watching the lion painting lesson and had fun painting along with it. Awesome. So any of you out there that are watching, and I'm working at Procreate today. My new how to draw and paint, my approach to drawing and painting in Procreate is out right now. And by the way, I might add that I am currently using my own brushes, my own custom brushes that I have on my website that were initially released for Photoshop. They now will work. Man, I couldn't get that out. They'll work in Procreate as well, and so you have the option of getting that as well. But there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and figure stuff out at the same time.
You got these.
But it's out now, the course, and it's been really popular. Everyone's been really happy with it, which makes me happy.
Can you draw a saber tooth one day, please?
Sure. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday.
Someday.
Boy, it really biffed that ear. Holy moly, what a bad ear. Should be way down here, like so.
What would be your advice for young artists who thinks they may want to do something with art professionally and doesn't know where to start? I wanted to be a Disney animator as a kid, but that was in the 90s, and I'm sure it's way different now.
Well, it is way different now, but it's really just, do the art first, and over time, you will settle into finding something that suits you, I think. When I started out, I didn't want to be an animator. That wasn't my intent. I wanted to be a painter, and I specifically wanted to be an illustrator for National Geographic. And over time, and I worked towards that, but then my goals changed, and the possibilities changed, and so then as a result of that, my goals changed, and I ended up quite just kind of haphazardly putting a portfolio in for Disney. Don't like it. I don't like this ear.
Did you ever get to meet Donnie Dunnigan, the voice actor for Bambi, at a Disney function?
No, never did. First of all, he's probably a lot. I'm not sure when he would have been around, but
He's a highly decorated Marine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And Erica Bay says that they are indeed delicious. The beignets. And I've been loving the forest creature course as well.
Oh yeah, she's killing it, man. You should see.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I have a feeling that when you add color, such as like eye color, etc., it will be significantly less Bambi-ish. And he could be a white stag, perhaps?
Oh, that's an idea. That's interesting. I hate her ears. I just don't like them. I gotta take that out again. I don't like it. There we go. It's more coming towards us.
Chelsea.
Clinton?
Chelsea Henry from the Orlando,
All right.
or the Orlando Talks.
That feels better.
Hey, Aaron and Dustin.
Hey, how's it going, E?
To what you mentioned before about How to Train Your Dragon, I'm also a huge fan, but unfortunately, the How to Train Your Dragon series actually never won an Oscar. The second movie won a Golden Globe, but the first and third movies were only nominated for an Oscar. I feel like the third movie should have won the Oscar this year.
No, I actually think Klaus should have won the Oscar. But that aside, I thought maybe it was the Golden Globes then that I saw Dean up on stage, because I know I saw Dean up on stage at one point.
Maybe you saw him for the second one?
Yeah,
For
I
the
guess.
Golden Globes?
I thought he got an Oscar. I guess not. There we go. Let's get some color on this thing. I'm noodling it to death.
Aaron, I think your course on your take on mythology would be great.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting one.
Mythology like Zeus and.
Speaking of which, I have a question. You ever drawn a centaur?
You ever drawn a centaur?
I have. Let's throw some color in here, shall we?
Alright.
All right, sure.
Hitting up you.
All right. Let's make him a little redder. More orangey-ish. More orangey-ish.
Orangey-ish?
Orangey-ish.
Or Gina-ish?
So full capacity. Shitting up Sherry.
Hitting issue. Hi, Aaron.
By the way, you get to keep everything with the annual membership that you add to your account during the year. But if you don't renew, you don't get any new content. That's the thing. As far as memberships. So it's pretty cool, though. It's a good deal. I think it's the best deal out there myself. It was always our goal to give everybody a really good value for your buck, because one of our big inspirations behind creating Creature Art Teacher was because college art schools have become so obscenely expensive. We wanted to be able to combat that a little bit by giving people some supplemental knowledge, that they can add to if they're going to college or whatever. And but now it's growing so much. I'm hoping at some point we can grow so big with all of our content that it actually becomes an educational alternative. I'd like that to happen someday. And then you'd be able to get your education, learn what you need to know at literally a tiny fraction of what it costs now. That's our goal right now.
And from the person that asked earlier about what it's like having thoughts of becoming an animator while from like back in the 90s.
Yeah.
She responded with, "That's awesome, thank you. Did you go to a formal art school, or are you mostly self-taught?"
No, I went to Ringling College of Art and Design, but when I went, it cost $8,000 a year. Now it costs like $50,000 a year or something like that. So I think it's obscene.
Student debt much?
Yeah. All the art schools are charging that much, pretty much. Ringling, I think, is the most expensive.
Most colleges in general.
Not all of them. State schools
Most.
are still. It's the private colleges that are just going nuts. And education shouldn't have to bankrupt you. It shouldn't have to put you in debt for the rest of your life. That to me is just obscene. I don't like it.
I don't like that. Tell us more about Klaus. What did you like more from the film? The style, the story?
I really love the story. I thought the story was solid. But what I thought was unbelievable was the look.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from story because I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was emotional. I thought it had all the parts that it needed for a great story.
And also
But
the voice
man, the
actors
look
did.
of the film, I think it was the most beautiful film since Sleeping Beauty. I really do.
And also the voice acting is really good.
The voice acting is stellar. Absolutely fantastic. Jason Schwartzman was he's hilarious.
Was he was the postman,
It was
right?
Klaus, yeah. Or not Klaus, but what's his name? Yeah.
J starts with a J.
Jasper.
Jasper, that's it. My favorite part is the very first package. Is like, I'm just gonna put this right in here, which I think is a head. It's gotta be. I'm holding a head. I'm just trying to shove it into the box. But it's just those little,
Yeah,
those little lines, like the way he delivers.
It's
them.
exactly the way he delivers it. Exactly. There's a lot of ad-libbing in there that he just nailed. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and right now I'm just laying in local color, and I want to go in and just lighten up, change some of the color areas here. And once again, I'm still using my own brushes.
You forgot to color the other ear.
Oh, I did. Holy smokes! Thanks, eh?
Thanks, dear bud.
Could you give the buck a flower or possibly the dough? Yeah, that's a good idea there, eh?
Ooh. I'm in it for 150,000 for my master's degree at Academy of Art for 3D animation and VFX.
Awesome. Wow. Wow.
Wow!
You're going for your master's? I'm curious as to what. I'm just asking the question. I'm curious as to what made you feel for you to go after your master's in the field of 3D animation. I know for me, I just wanted to get out into the industry as quickly as I could. That was my personal drive. I liked school, but I loved being in the studios.
Aaron, I'm a graduate of SCAD and went there in 1990s. The cost
SCAD?
is SCAD. The cost is
That's
crazy now, so I'm so proud of your offering affordable options. You're absolutely great.
Thank you. Yeah, that's Savannah College of Art and Design. Yeah, it is. It's expensive.
Pretty pricey.
Yeah. We got some good. There's some good teachers though. There, got some of our old buddies from Disney teaching there. How are we doing on the mirroring? Are we still there?
We're still there.
For you, Dustin, what are you pursuing for your career?
Oh, well, I'm still enjoying working as the cameraman and video editor for this business, but I think I'm building myself to be a wildlife photographer as well.
I love that.
Yeah, like I even got my own wildlife portfolio going on my Flickr site.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Hey, that's another word right there. Yeah, I would love to travel and build up my portfolio, and maybe eventually further down the road start doing wildlife photography for maybe like magazines or books or maybe even art galleries if possible in the future, and maybe even reference packs for artists to paint from. You know, like that's the kind of future I see for myself. Is that enough?
I like it. What do you think about giving her blue eyes? Or should we just give them both brown eyes, but different shades of brown?
Yeah.
Let me give her something a little brighter.
I would say go with a lighter brown for her, then go with like a darker brown for him. Like a hint darker for the male deer.
Yeah, there we go. There, hey kid.
Hey kid.
Hey, color it this color, kid.
Wildlife photography is awesome. I follow you on Instagram. Oh, thank you. Yeah, actually, I put up my slide
Put
a
up
little
your
earlier.
dukes.
Huh?
What?
I put up my my personal Instagram slide.
Oh, cool.
Mind if I share that real quick?
Hey, no, this is my show.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go for it.
But if any of you guys want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram. I do a lot of wildlife photography as well as some portraits, and my Instagram is Dustin_Blaise.
That's so
Dustin_Blaise. And I try to post at least one or more pictures a day, like every day.
Well, you're out in the field shooting almost every day too.
Oh yeah.
That I love.
Like I end up getting enough photos to last me a week, if not a month.
Well, what I
with
love
the
is
photos to
all the
post.
photos that you've got lately. That's all within like 5 miles of where we live,
Yeah.
and it's so rich. So many people don't realize the richness of Florida wildlife.
Oh yeah.
And you've managed to show in a 1 square mile area how rich it is.
Yeah, I absolutely love the wildlife there because out here we get blue herons, sandhill cranes, little blue herons. We even get bald eagles every now and then. We also got gators.
Well, a lot of people don't
otters.
realize Florida has the highest number of bald eagles outside of Alaska in the United States. There's more bald eagles in Florida than there are anywhere else in the United States other than Alaska.
Wow. Yeah, surprisingly the birds that I find the most artistic for me are the smaller birds, like the songbirds, like the
I
Savannah
love those
sparrows,
songbird photos.
the palm warblers,
Yeah.
because I love trying to get them in like natural frames,
Well,
natural framing.
There has been a critical error on your website. Oh, there, it's back. Oh, no, Nick says that he thought Norm Macdonald was awesome in Klaus too. I agree.
Yeah.
I thought he was fantastic. Thought he was fantastic. All right, we got to go. Wow.
Wow, dusting the reference packs for artists is a great idea. Do the thing. We're already possibly looking into one so far, but yeah, definitely have a lot more that I'll be willing to set up for as reference packs in the future. I just got to organize it all.
Yeah.
Because right now I just have them all organized by dates, but I don't have them organized by specific birds or wildlife. So I need to go back into all the old files and like reorganize them by specific birds.
Bird.
Yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to the Montana trip, like the wildlife I'll be getting out there.
Yeah, we're going to Montana in May. Getting some more wildlife for our paintings.
I looked at your Instagram, Dustin. They were wonderful. Oh, thank you. Well, enough about me. Let's go back to Dad. Exactly, because of Florida Man posts, everyone thinks Florida is just full of meth heads.
Well, it is. To a certain degree, it is.
That's the city side, not the countryside.
That's basically the countryside, actually.
Is all this color including the eyes on one layer?
Yeah, all the colors on one layer. This is my local color layer. So I'm just doing the local color layer right now. I'm going a little bit slow. So I got to speed things up a bit. So anyway, so there's our local color right there. And now I'm going to start shading it. So I'm going to put a new layer on top. And I'm going to change that blend mode to multiply. Multiply. There it is. And let's find a nice color. Do warm shadows. Warm shadows, warm shadows.
Warm shadows.
Right there. And let's do our light direction from... You want to do the light direction from behind and kind of rim light them? What do you think? I bet it can look kind of nice.
I'd say that's a good. That would be worth something to
Let's
try.
try it. Then we can light their ears, like they're, we could see through them. Oh, I know what
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
Yes, yes. Dustin, can you do 360-degree photos of animal skulls? That would be very helpful too. I don't know if I'll be able to do that unless if I just take 360 photos of the skulls that Dad already has. Because otherwise I won't really have any other sources to get skulls from. Like,
Well, there's
I
places
think-
you can get skulls from. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
You just gotta dig.
Yeah, but I personally think that my type of photography would be more towards like living creatures, not skulls.
So you're not interested in shooting skulls.
Not entirely, no. I mean, if it's like if somebody really thinks they need it, then yeah, I'd be willing to make a compromise. But it's definitely not my priority, if that makes sense. And somebody agrees that rim light, yes.
So basically, when you rim light something, everything that we're going to see basically is going to be in shadow. So I'm putting this side of her in shadow. Now within the shadow, there'll be areas of light and bounced light and that sort of thing. So that's okay.
Do you also flip your drawings when animating to see if they look good?
Yes, all the time.
All the time. I was just in Florida and learned about Florida Man. On my birthday, he went to jail for attacking someone with pizza.
My favorite one lately was the Florida man. Was it Florida? No, it was Kentucky. Doggone it. It was Kentucky. That dude that got arrested for smoking weed, and while he was in court in front of the judge, he lit up a joint and started smoking weed.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
But no, there's a meme of that news, but the second picture was like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo just looking over his shoulder, and it's labeled Florida Man. Like, is that a challenge? Or like, are you challenging me?
All right, we got more up here. Twitch question. Everyone tells one to draw from the shoulder. Do you find it hard to do when drawing on iPad? Absolutely. I find it impossible to draw from the shoulder on iPad. So I don't.
Oh, it did mean the taking photos of the skulls that you have.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what they meant.
Oh.
You didn't have to be so jerky about it.
I'm sorry.
No, that'd be a cool look into. Like the
You all right?
yeah, I'm just having a brain freeze. Yeah, I think we can do is that when the time comes, we actually get photos of the live animal of the skulls that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Then at that point, not only can we share those photos, but also share photos of your skulls. So it'd be a nice combo of both the skull and the real thing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Like it.
You like it?
I like it a lot.
Are the both of you in ArtStation?
I don't know. I'm
What
not.
is-
I'm not sure. You have to ask Nick where he's put us. Where he's put me. I'm not sure if he's put me in ArtStation or not.
What is ArtStation?
I think it's another place to share images. I think.
Oh.
I could be wrong. YouTube question: what do you recommend for getting good at creating more stylized characters? Well, I would really say, study other people's styles to see what other people are doing. You'll learn that way. I also would recommend just doing a lot of drawing, so that you'll make mistakes. Basically, get in there and make mistakes, and the more mistakes you make, the more you'll discover what works and what doesn't work. Even if you're doing crappy stuff, you're learning what works and what doesn't work, and that's important. Let's add a new layer, shall we?
Shall we?
We're going to set this one to overlay.
I love how pleasant you both are and how you address all the questions. This has been so awesome to watch this far. Both have been incredibly motivating and helpful. Thanks for helping me rekindle my love for art.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're very welcome.
I think they were talking more about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
I don't think it was about you.
I think the fact that I'm relaying questions to you. See, I'm the middleman of the questions.
Hey, YouTube question. Can you explain the layer system for Photoshop and Procreate? Yes. Actually, that's a great question. I try to break everything up into layers. So it comes down to, with these digital softwares, you have the ability to, it's imagine that you have these infinite number of layers of acetate that you can draw and paint on and then you're looking through them and it makes the painting. You can keep every little section you do, whether it's the drawing section or the local color or the shadows or the rim lighting like I'm doing now. You can keep all of that separate on different layers, which is something you can't do traditionally, so that you can go in and work on them separately and not affect anything else that you've been working on, which I find extremely important. And so if you look at the stacked layers, here's our stack of layers. Here's the background right here, where it says background color, and then they're stacked in the layer order that they're in. So the layer 4 is actually on the very bottom. Layer 1 is where I started drawing. That was the rough drawing. And then there's layer 3, which is the refined drawing. Layer 5, which is shadows. And then layer 6 is where I'm doing my rim lighting very quickly and roughly. See there? You see there, Dustin?
I do see there. Aaron, I recently rewatched Original Fantasia. Have you ever drawn or animated to a specific piece of music? If so, what was it? And if not, what piece would you want to?
We got to pull up Hippo Funk. Can you pull that up on YouTube? Can you go to YouTube and go to that screen? Yes, I did a little piece of animation called Hippo Funk a couple of years ago, and I've done it to other music and film and stuff.
There it is.
In Beauty and the Beast, I animated Beast in the snow during. There's something there that wasn't there before. So I animated him in that song. Go ahead and play that real quick. Jump over to that screen. It's a 1-minute piece of animation.
Let's turn on
The sound. Did you touch the dial?
the... There we go.
Go full screen on it. messing with it.
I'm hearing that echo in the background. Oh, yep, there. Sorry about that, everybody. Turns out the Facebook live stream was running in the background. Here, I'll start it over. Besides, I think everybody's going to enjoy this. Here we go.
And
That's it.
yes, I did look at Will Smith. I referenced Will Smith all over the place on there. And that was a lot of fun to do. That was a very fun little project. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some color and I'm going to start adding some of my reflected light in here.
How do you stay confident after making many mistakes?
I'm always making mistakes.
Just
It's,
keep
yeah,
going,
I don't
try
know how
again.
to. I don't know how to answer that because it's making mistakes is part of learning. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. So think of it that way. You know, as you're making mistakes, you're learning stuff.
Yep, you learn as you go.
There we go.
Can you please ask Aaron the location near Kenya, Africa that he recommended?
The Masai Mara.
Masai Mara. This was back in January. He mentioned a great place to go. I really wanted to go, but I have no idea where. Thank you. So Masai Mara,
The Masai Mara. Yes.
where the Maasai tribe lives. Yeah, I would love to go there.
There we go.
I don't know what happened, but this is entertaining. Talking about the hippo funk, I'm sure. Give us more. I think the hippo did the Carlton dance.
He did.
You would be correct, man.
He did do the Carlton. It was a lot of fun taking some of that footage and breaking it down and figuring it out. I spent a little bit of time in front of the mirror doing my own dancing, I must say.
Does it ever take you an hour or so to animate certain frames?
Yes, there are certain frames that, as far as the drawing goes, take me a while to figure out. It's always on my key frames. I always make sure to take a little extra time on my key frames to make sure they're right, because those are the keys. They're going to be the drawings that dictate all my other in-betweens and everything else. So I want to make sure that I'm taking that extra time and doing it right.
Are you planning to make any other animal dancing like hippo?
At some point, we'll probably do more. Do a sequel to Hippo Funk. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing that. It was fun. It took me about a month. I just sat in my bedroom for a month and animated on it. The whole intent was to do a course on how to animate to music. And I think I ended up doing a video on it, but I don't know that I ever really did the course. So that's something I'll probably it's something that we want to do down the road is animating to music, a little course, and so we'll probably use that, but I'll do some new material as well.
What animal would you ride into battle? A giant alligator.
I wouldn't go into battle. I'm a lover, not a fighter, baby.
But if you had no choice.
An elephant.
Yeah.
But I would hate taking an animal into battle. That's not their fight. You know what I mean? Taking animals into battle is horrible.
Hi. What inspired you to create Brother Bear? What's the story behind that magical world?
Well, I've always loved Native American myths and legends. When I was a kid, that's all I read were books about Native American myths and legends, and I always thought it would be fun to kind of create our own, my own, our own, whatever. And so Chuck Williams actually came up kind of with the first version. We would sit around and talk. Chuck was our producer, and we actually started talking about "Cats in the Cradle" by Terry Chapin. And it was a song about how a father regrets not spending enough time with his son, and his son grew up just like him, which is never has time for anybody. And it's a sad, kind of a sad thing, and it's kind of a warning for future fathers, that song. And I always loved it. It came out in the 70s, and so we talked about how that would make a great movie, and we kind of turned that into a Native American myth. And so that was the first kind of inspiration behind Brother Bear, and it was called Shadow Bear, and it was about this chief. His name is Chilkoot, and it came time for his son for his manhood ceremony and Chilkoot, who is the chief of the tribe and spent all of his time for the tribe, he never really spent enough time with his son, and his son grew up to be kind of a jerk. And so during the manhood ceremony, the father, Chilkoot, felt that Kenai, this is Kenai at the time, wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for his ceremony. He still had some growing up to do. And so when it came time for his father to stand, and he didn't, Kenai became very embarrassed and enraged, and he had a shape-shifting ability. He could turn into animals. So he turned into a bear and destroyed the village and ran off into the forest. And but he ran through sunlight, because part of the rules of that world was that if he was caught in sunlight, he would be stuck as that animal forever. And so he ran through the sunlight and became stuck as a bear. And when he came back to the village after he cooled down, he discovered that his entire tribe had moved on. They were nomadic. And so he set out on a journey to find his people. And it's during his journey that he meets other bears, another bear along the way. And the story goes on and on and on. But that was the first version of Brother Bear, and then from there it developed further. Here we go.
As far as animating to a musical, didn't you also animate young Nala singing with Simba, "Just Can't Wait to Be King"?
I did. Yep. I was the supervising animator of young Nala, so I got to design her, and she was one of my favorite characters. I really enjoyed animating her.
Is the orange local color to help later with the lighting, or does it just appear that way from here?
Say that again?
Is the orange local color going to help later with the lighting, or does it just appear that way from here?
I'm not sure I'm following the question, but
I think talking about maybe the brown color that they're doing the local color, but you added the orange highlighting.
Yeah, that's all part of the rim lighting.
And was that orange that you added to the
No,
lighting?
that was I did that in an overlay blend mode on my layer. So it was actually kind of a gray, light gray that I put down, but blended with the orange underneath, it created a much lighter color. A much more hot color. Twitch question. Everyone always. Oh, that's. Aaron, do you see the iPad Pro with Procreate as a tool that will ever be capable of being considered a professional tool? Despite the tiny screen, could you ever see this replacing your Wacom? For me personally, no. But I do think that it just depends on what you're used to. And I personally just like to work bigger. But that being said, I know a lot of people that I know of people that use this professionally, and they love it. And I think over time you're going to be, Procreate will get stronger and stronger, to where the number of layers will become more or less unlimited.
Are you going to give the Bucks antlers the velvet texture for the summer look, or are you going to brighten them to be more like fall in the rut?
Right now it's in between. I'm seeing it as in between. I lost my buck. White-tailed deer.
I lost my butt.
Images. Profile. Sorry, folks. I'm looking up my deer here. Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear. Oh, no, no, dear.
Oh dear.
That's what it needed. I was getting confused on the nostril.
Why did you guys never feature a saber-toothed cat on Brother Bear? Even though it's mentioned. It's a saber-toothed cat. It needed to be there. Come on.
Yeah, well, it's also about bears. So, there you go.
It's about bears, not a cat. With big teeth.
Toofses.
Teethses.
There we go. There we go. Hey, kid.
There we go.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid.
That's the only impersonation I can do.
If they were worried about your hair, we'd be in big trouble.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid.
That's Han Solo. For those of you that are wondering what we're doing.
I don't know why, but I thought you said Tom Solo.
No, I didn't
Who's
say that.
Tom Solo?
I wouldn't say
Is
that.
That's
not
not
something.
like Hans?
That's not
Is
something
that
I would
Hans'
say.
brother? Tom Solo. Hey guys, I'm Tom Solo.
All right. Let's see here. I want to start getting some reflected light on her. I'm not sure if you can even see the reflected light on him. It's been kind of subtle. This is really going slow. It's because I'm talking so much.
Should I just shut up, sir?
Shut up, sir.
Actually, speaking of Solo, have you watched the Solo movie?
Yeah. I gotta come up here. Oh, yes. Nick's reminded me. For those of you that have just come in late, don't forget the Art Love promo code on our website. We are doing for the whole weekend, a Valentine's sale on our website at creatureartteacher.com. And when you check out, don't forget the promo code ARTLOVE, and you're going to get 25% off the entire purchase. That's a quarter. You're getting 1/4 off the entire purchase. 25%, man.
25%? Holy cannoli. Both deer are very orange, or appear so from my screens. More so than deer. I mean the basic local color before shading. What was the orange chosen to help give the appearance of sunlight lighting, or does it just appear more orange than brown?
Well, depending on what part of the country you're in, white-tailed deer can be really kind of coppery, like this color, or they can be just downright gray, depending on what part of the country you come from. So for me, I just wanted to do something a bit warmer because of the intent. It's meant to be love. Love's in the air. He's getting Twitter pated. Love is in the air.
And also the monitor. might have a warmer.
Yeah, because I
might
don't
have a
see
warmer
it. I mean, I
tone.
don't see it that far off. Do you? Does it look?
looks
Does it look
fine.
too
Looks a bit.
too
Looks
orange?
like it has a bit of a warmer tone of the reflector. The reflection looks a slight bit warmer than the actual screen, but I think
You talking about this one?
I think the camera
That?
back camera is showing it a bit cooler. A bit cooler.
Cooler.
A bit cooler. Yeah, the tone looks is definitely very very warm, which really does make sense if it's like a sunset or sunrise.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like a warmer brown, not really an orange, in my opinion.
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 So for those of you just coming in, I'm working in Procreate today, and we have our brand new Procreate course now available at creatureartteacher.com. And it's over 7 hours of content where I take you through and talk about Procreate, my approach to Procreate, and we do some live painting, and I show you how to make brushes and all kinds of fun stuff. Animation. One of the great things that Procreate does now is animation.
Oh, we
You lost the mirroring?
We've lost the mirror.
All right, here we go. Get ready.
Where's the mouse? There we go. All right.
Give me the code.
9510.
And we're back.
Clear. And we're back.
Arg.
You could make the reflection of their eyes heart shaped
Oh.
to give it like a Valentine's flavor.
It would look weird, but we can try. I think it would look weird, but I could be wrong. Do you know I've been wrong before? Did you know I was wrong once before? Seriously,
No.
Did you know that?
Never
Yeah,
knew that.
It really happened. It happened once.
So wait, you're saying that you're human?
No, I'm not going to go that far. All right, let me see here. I want to give him some reflection in his eyes. A little blue.
The background of the overhead is a cool gray, and the screen, and the reflection is a warm gray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Do you have any tips for what an aspiring animator should practice to be good at movement?
Well, it's not just movement. Don't worry about animating movement. Animate emotion. Animate what a character's thinking. And don't get caught up in the mechanics. Really get caught up in the acting, and the mechanics will follow. Now, I know that's easier said than done, and I get all that. You want to think about physics. You got to be a student of kind of the world around you. So, you always have to be understanding that. But really, it's rather than getting hung up on how something moves, try to get hung up on how something thinks. That's what you're animating. That's what you want the audience to follow. There we go. Come on. Giving a little wetness in her eye. And his eye. It's reflecting a little bit of the sky color. Hey, kid.
Hey, kid.
Hey, Aaron, do you do thumbnails? I can't help but notice that you make perfect art from only your mind's eye. I actually do lots of thumbnails. I do lots and lots of thumbnails.
Why are the noses blue?
They're reflecting a little bit. The noses are generally wet, and so they're reflecting a little bit of the sky color. If you look at deer in the wild, look at photographs, you'll see that they tend to have a bluish tint to them. If I blow this up here, I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of a blue tint to his nose. It's because they tend to be wet and they're reflecting back sky color.
German TV is airing Bambi right now.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool. Yeah,
Ja,
das cool, yeah.
das wunderbar.
All right, so I'm just going in and making little finishing touches now.
Just clearing things out.
Yep, just hitting like little reflected areas, reflected light. What layer am I on? I'm on the right layer, okay.
Do you plan on doing a Photoshop tutorial on the iPad?
I do have a Photoshop course on my on Creature Art Teacher.
On the but that's on the Cintiq, the
Yeah,
computer.
but I mean they're really basically the same as far as I know. I don't use Photoshop on my iPad. I just use Procreate. There we go. Hey, kid.
Hey kid.
That's like saying that.
Hey kid.
Hey, kid. I want to get the light shining through their ears.
Right through the ears. We're all out your questions. I need more questions. You know, I wonder what it's like to have voice recognition technology
Oh, come on.
in a lift in Scotland.
So I'm getting a little bit of light shining through her ears, you see?
Nice. Purdy.
There we go. Where it gets really, where the skin is thin, the cartilage is thin, I'm going to get it really bright.
This is a deer wedding.
It's a what?
It said this looks like a deer wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually spoke to a Scotsman yesterday. I had to stop myself to talk like Dustin there. You talked to the Scotsman, did you? Did he have problems with lifts too?
There we go. So she's got some light shining through her ears there. Let's do the same thing with Mr. Bambi.
How many times do you draw a new character before you are comfortable animating them?
7.
7.
I don't know. It's really it's as many times as it takes. There's no set number. Did I just hear him? Was that? Oh, I thought I heard Achilles dreaming.
Oh.
My dog, he likes to yip in his sleep.
Will you sing like the chipmunks?
Go ahead, Dustin.
I already did that earlier.
Do it, dude.
Nope.
Do it.
Aaron,
What?
do you think you can do a video on how to animate a walk cycle coming towards the camera?
I could do that. But the question is, will I? Yes.
The answer is you should.
Actually, I do that in my anatomy course. I think I have a female walking towards camera, although I don't know if I animated it. Did I do that, Mike?
I think you animate a walk cycle, but not like the actual movement coming like closer to the camera.
Yeah.
Because you show the walk cycle, but you never show like the timing of from like small to large.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, kid.
Yeah, kid.
I get it.
What's a good day to What's a good day-to-day practice for becoming a great animator? Just drawing.
Steve just hit live stream bingo. You know why? Because
What?
you did your Scottish.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Cassie on YouTube asks, what oil paints would you recommend for a beginner? I like Winsor Newton, and whether you're a beginner or not, you can get different grades. You can get student grade if you want. I would recommend going student grade in the beginning because I would recommend just going through a lot of paint, making mistakes, and that can get expensive. So get the cheaper paint at first and experiment, make mistakes.
What were your top 3 favorite projects at Disney?
Brother Bear, The Lion King, and Beauty and the Beast.
And do you plan to add some fur textures on them?
Not really. No, I'm just going to keep it kind
Simple.
of simple. Yeah, sure.
Easier. I almost asked him about the lift sketch. I mean, talking about the talking to the sculptsman.
Oops.
Why does the heel of your hand not make squiggle marks when you're drawing? Mine does lots of weird shortcuts.
I think it has
when
to.
I'm drawing.
I know it gets really annoying. I think it's my settings. I think I went in and fixed that. But if you have your hand on it like in a big area, it's not going to read it as if you're drawing, especially if you have the pencil down. For some reason, I'm not sure how it does that. Wow, it's really blown out on the down shooter. How's that look on the...
It looks fine on this end. You see it over here?
Yeah. We got to get a background in there.
A background.
Yeah, let's change the background color. Start with something in here. How's that? Yes? Yes? Whoops, that's not what I wanted.
That's pretty green.
Yeah, I want it to be green. We're going to start there. And we're going to make it a bit abstract.
Just a tad bit.
Just a tad bit. Let me
Just a
see.
slight bit.
There's some artifacts I want to get rid of.
Do you now?
That's not it. Oh, doggone it. What am I doing? It's, there it is. And I want to erase it. There. Get rid of that little artifact.
My local Hobby Lobby had some colors of the Winsor Newton artist oil paints. They were marked down for $3.18 a tube.
Oh, really?
Seems that way.
I try not to shop at Hobby Lobby too often.
Is that their normal prices for the Winsor Newton oils? Or are they more, usually?
Could be more. I'm not sure. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to... I'm thinking.
Quiet. I'm thinking. Hey, listen. You smell that?
Go into some of my other brushes.
So somewhere in the settings, you can make it where Procreate only registers the pencil, and it only using the hands for gesture controls.
So here you can see I've got a little bit of texture in this brush. This is one of my homemade brushes.
Nice.
It's nice. It is quite nice.
It is. They are quite nice. But you don't think that he'll follow those? They're quite nice. One of my favorite lines of theirs. I cannot believe you totaled a mammothie. Now Aaron is doing one more thing. Painting a happy little background. Like so. There we go.
There we go.
Alright, we got one. Alright, looks like we're all done. Oh, wait a minute. Let me fix this one more little thing.
There we go. Hey, kid.
They're usually 12 something a tube. Same paint at Michael's is $16.99. Talk about the Winsor Newton.
Yeah, I usually order all my stuff online. I find the prices are much better. Jerry's Artorama's got the really good prices as well. Sam's is really good. Sam Flax.
Dustin, please do impression of Eeyore the donkey from Winnie the Pooh. Do you remember Winnie the Pooh? Of course I remember Winnie the Pooh. Who doesn't? I think the best
Hey,
line.
Pooh, how you doing?
I think the best Eeyore line I can do is from the newest movie, the live action one. It was like, if anyone wants to clap, now's the time to do it. That's my best Eeyore. It's very down.
I think I have my foliage brushes in here. Foliage brushes, look at that right there. I might give them a shot.
A shot?
Nope,
It's not
don't
that
want
kind
that.
of shot.
Don't want that.
I don't like that. There you go.
Yeah, just a little fur.
A little.
What do we got here? Lots and lots of foliage. Foliage. Where's my branches?
Is all the texture on a separate layer from the far background?
Yes.
I wonder if we should make the far background orange, like sunset lighting coming through.
Oh, I can do that. I'll probably end up doing that. Right now, I'm just adding in my textures.
Great.
See, there's all kinds of little branches and stuff back here.
Yeah.
There, kid.
There we go, kid.
And then let's go back to our brushes. Got a lot of foliage. Gonna add a new layer.
Noodler. A new layer.
A new layer. Let's go up here. Don't like that. I'm just experimenting with what brushes I have. Don't like that. There's a few in here that I do enjoy. What is this one? I forget. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure I can make them big enough, though.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh no! How many hours a day do you spend drawing?
I don't know. It depends on how I feel. Doggone it. I gotta set the, I gotta do my settings a little different on this one.
How I wish to live in Florida or nearby to be able to attend the workshop.
See, we're getting some foliage in there. I don't know if, oh man, see on the down shooter, it's all blown out.
Looks fine over here. Yeah, I'm not having any glare issues or anything. It just looks a bit cooler on the down shooter. It's
Oh,
looking
yeah.
a bit cooler.
Cooler.
You're not sending me into the cooler.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
The darker ones is looking a bit. It's getting a bit too busy, I feel.
Well, this is what I was going to do next. Because I wanted to come in here.
And you know,
First, I'm going to grab all of these.
since it's Valentine's Day, who's your favorite Disney couple?
Uh,
Favorite Disney couple?
I don't know. That would be, there we go.
I think I would say Kida and Milo from Atlantis.
Yeah. Flatten. There you go. And now we're going to do Gaussian blur.
Wow, that background escalated quickly.
See now,
Oh yeah,
see what I mean?
yeah.
So I wanted some nice texture in there.
Yeah.
Yes, it did escalate quickly. But we're alright. We'll go with that.
And it says Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and Jasmine. Yeah, but I like Milo and Kida because it's a very unique couple.
Hey Aaron, if you're painting whitetail, I hate to tell you, but I believe your antlers are wrong. No, I know.
Like I know, I just don't care.
Yeah, exactly. It's a cartoon deer, dude. Let's see. Let's go to here.
I love this. Can't wait to watch the full thing later.
YouTube question. Do you have any tips on making smooth transitions between different hues of color if you want them to fade into each other? I feel like in Photoshop, the painting tools aren't great for it. Yeah, you just have, I mean, it takes a lot of kind of airbrushing, kind of. But it also depends on the type of brush. I like, I've got like pastel brushes that I use a lot. And I like getting that grain effect. Let me see here. But it's it just takes. You want to make sure that you're not trying to blend complementary, opposite colors. You want to make a gradation, work your way towards that. Triadic colors blend a lot better. Colors that are next to each other, those types of things.
Now for the background, you just need little bokeh effects.
Whoops.
And hearts and birds.
Yeah. There we go.
It's quite a bit much.
Let's do that one.
I know that we save recordings on YouTube, but on the other sites like here on Facebook and Twitch,
Yeah.
do we save the live streams on those as well, or is it only YouTube that we save them?
Oh, Facebook they save. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I changed my settings on one of these. I got to go back and fix it.
Fix it. It needs some fixing.
Yeah. There we go. Be wrapping this up soon.
Soon.
What oil paints would you recommend for a beginner? Oh, I hit that already. Remember that? Remember that time I answered that question? Remember that?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Brother Bear character? Mine is Tug. Actually, I feel very close to that film. You know, all the characters feel real to me, and I love Tug. I really enjoyed working with Michael Clark Duncan on that film. He was a big highlight. And I also like the Moose because I really enjoyed working with Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas. And Joaquin was fun too. He really gave some great performances. And Coda.
Yeah, I personally love the mooses. I've always loved those.
The mice.
The what?
The mice.
The mice.
Moose, mice.
The mawausies. We're not here.
Just cleaning it up a little bit.
A little cleanup. Aaron, can we fix it? Dustin, do the thing.
I want some Chinese food.
Moosin. Flockamoosin? Flockamoosin.
I don't like that. Let me go lower on my opacity.
He says beautiful.
There we go. Just a little touch.
Just a slight twitch.
Just a little touch there.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit of fixing.
The
fixing
antlers should
around.
actually be curving towards us. I just didn't feel like getting into the perspective. I got lazy. So once again, if you guys are just joining us, we've got our brand new Procreate course, which is what I'm working in today. I've got a brand new course that I put out, we put out on Monday, which is my approach to working in Procreate. And it was a lot of fun to put together. It covers pretty much everything. My approach to drawing and painting, different styles. It covers brush importing, brush creation. We talk about animation, a lot of different stuff, and it was a lot of fun, like I said, to make. And if you're working in Procreate and you're looking for some tips, then I recommend checking out that course. It's at creatureartteacher.com. And then also, today is the last day that you can get the early bird special on our plein air painting course in Sarasota, Florida, coming up in March. It's going to be March 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's Ronnie Williford and myself. We're going to be doing watercolor plein air painting all over beautiful Sarasota, Florida, right on the Gulf of Mexico. It's stunning. It's going to be really great. I love Sarasota. Matter of fact, I'm going to Sarasota this weekend. And it's a beautiful, beautiful location on the Gulf of Mexico in South Central Florida. Oops. See? When I go to pinch sometimes, it draws. It's annoying. What you doing, Dustin? You going through your photos? Going through your photos, Dustin?
I'm just checking a few things here. Is there a way to put an orange filter in Procreate for the background?
I'm sure there is. Like I could fill it with orange and then put it at a. I could drop the opacity. Let's try that. Let's go ahead and try it. We'll give it a little like the sunlight's lighting up some of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So let's add a layer, and let's get a little bit of orangey sunlight feel somewhere in here. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this brush and we're just going to color the whole thing in. Look at that. Meanwhile, you're going, hey, what are you doing?
No!
What the heck, man?
No! No!
It's a little bit dark. Oh, it's because I don't have my brush set to full opacity.
What the heck?
Yeah, okay, done. What do you think, Dustin?
No.
Now we go to our opacity. We just slide down.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what's even cooler?
Huh.
Watch this.
Uh-oh.
We're going to make some sun rays.
Uh-oh.
So I want to duplicate this layer. We're going to turn it off. We're going to go to my eraser. We're going to grab airbrushing. Nice. Sunlight's coming in from the upper right.
We would never have guessed the moose were your favorite, Dustin. Really, I thought it was a pretty obvious theory. That's
There,
your
see?
photos, huh?
See, now it's got the sunlight. Now watch this. I can go to my I've got sunbeams coming through there. Now I can go through to my layers, and on here I can change the blend mode. Let's try putting it to overlay. Let's see what that does. It's not doing anything. Didn't really do anything, did it? I thought it would brighten it up. Let me see if I increase the opacity. Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
No.
I think I just
So
like the
let's
bold.
Change to lighter color. And try that blend mode. Soft light. I always like to experiment with different blend modes. Pin light. Oh, that looks terrible. Difference. Subtract, divide, hue. Luminosity.
Luminosity.
Lighter color looks interesting. I want to come up here and go to opacity again and just bring the opacity up.
Now, what would it look like if you added the straight bold layer behind that
I'm gonna
opacity,
bring the
like
brightness up.
overlapping the two opacities together?
There, I brought the brightness up a bit. Do what now, Dustin?
What would happen if you were to add the background light that you also had the yellow, the
Uh-huh.
low pasty yellow.
Yeah.
Like, what if you clash the two together, like with that and the sun rays?
Oh, it would look terrible.
Would it?
Yeah. But there's one thing I want to try. We're going to put a layer over the top of everything. We're going to try doing the same thing. I'm going to grab. I've got that same color. Actually, I'm going to go a little brighter with it. Like so. And this time, I'm going to grab my airbrush on my brush. Go to airbrushing. I just want to bring that size down a little bit. Brighten that a little bit. Oh, brighten that a little bit more. Don't like that. I'm going to get rid of all those.
Yeah, the one on the right, that one looked fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna do it again. Go a little bit more or yellow. So he's catching some sunlight right there on his antler. You see there?
Yeah.
What I don't like is on her. I don't like how that looks now. So I'm going to go back to my brush there and take that out. Let's try it again. I'm getting some banding in there I'm not crazy about, but it's okay. It's a little strong, I think. So I'm going to knock that opacity back.
Just a tad.
What do you think? Right in there?
Yeah.
There. And then we can do let's do a layer on top. Let's set that to multiply. And let's grab a little bit of earthy color. I'm going to keep my airbrush. There it is. A little bigger. Drop that opacity down.
Hello. Your work is amazing. I'm totally new here. What is the name of your software? The UI seems so cool and simple.
This is Procreate. I am working in Procreate. I'm not liking that. So we're in the experimenting mode right now. Let's go a little grayer with it. There. Just a little richer down below. There we go. That feels good, yeah? And I want little insects catching in the light, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's do a layer on top again. This time I'm going to get really bright, like they're catching, like super, almost white. These little insects. And they're just like little specks, is what we're going to see. You know how you catch, in the summertime, in the spring, you can see little insects in the air catching light.
Yeah.
And then the way we give them depth, watch, I'll show you. This is kind of cool. It's a super easy technique.
The blur.
Yeah, you give it depth by giving it a little bit of blur, and then you do a new layer on top. So let's go in here and we'll go to our Gaussian blur and let's just blur. Whoops. Come on, baby. Blur. Like 4% maybe?
Yeah.
Right in there. And now we'll go in and. Whoops. No, I don't want to reset. I want to go back to my brush. Brush. There we go. And now. Just delicately touch a few more.
Theodore.
Do you have any tips on making? Oh, that's a different one. I really want to get into visual development. I like a variety of art styles, but I don't draw a variety of subject. I want to draw more, but I am stuck in a rut. How do I get out of the rut? By drawing more. You answered your own question. You said you want to draw more, but you're stuck in a rut. Well, the only way you can get out of that rut is by drawing more. I know that's probably not the answer you wanted to hear, but that's the only answer I can give you. I used to get stuck in ruts, but the more I drew, the less ruts I got into. And so the same thing will happen to you as you draw. Draw more, less ruts.
Some lens flares, maybe?
Maybe. You know what I might try?
Honestly, that lighting on the upper left is pretty close to being a lens flare.
Yeah, where it's catching. Well, it's catching atmosphere. It's catching atmosphere.
It's catching
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere. It's catching atmosphere.
Atmosphere. Let's flop it.
Flop.
What do you think?
Everybody do the flop.
Yeah, it's all right. Close enough. And let's see. We're doing. Oh, I know what I was going to try. Let's come back to here. Create a new layer. Let's just create some. I just want to see what'll happen. I'm going to go into the airbrushing again. And let's get some really hot sunlight. And we'll bring the size of the airbrush down. Trying to do like little spots in the trees where light's coming through, but I'm not sure it's working.
Aaron, when will your video review about Welcome One be up on YouTube?
That's a Dustin question.
I'm hoping to get it done by the end of the day, at least a rough version for the rest of the crew to review. But I'm guessing it'll be at least sometime Monday, either Monday or Tuesday, that the video will be out the door. And that'll be Monday or Tuesday of next week.
So I'm just getting like little negative spaces in the between the leaves. See there?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How old is Achilles?
How old is Achilles? Achilles is about 5 or 6, I think.
Oh, his ears perked.
Huh?
He heard you talking about him.
Oh.
His ears perked up.
There we go. What do you like? You like that? What do you think?
Yeah. Me like it. What's the secret of making a beautiful lighting effect?
Understanding lighting. So it depends on, when you say a beautiful lighting effect, that could be any number of different effects. There's infinite number of different lighting effects. So, but you really do need to understand lighting and how it works and all of that stuff. There we go. Here's our little deers. Oh dear. Oh dear. Our little Valentine deers.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, I guess it's there now. Close enough, huh?
Close
Let's add.
enough.
Should we put a couple little blades of grass coming up? Like on. Look at all the layers I got.
Yeah, I think you're really pushing it. You're really pushing your luck there, bud.
Let's go with.
You need at least
green.
one layer available for your signature.
Whoops.
Oh.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Or is it?
Or is it?
It's a piece of string that got landed on the camera. Actually, remember that there's one walk that I took around Lake Woodruff doing my wildlife photography, and towards the end of the walk, it was getting darker. This was during the evening. I realized there was something on my lens, and it was like this giant dark spot on my screen, and I was just like, what is that? And I looked on my lens, and it wasn't on my lens, so I popped off the lens, and I had like a piece of like tiny string on my sensor on my camera.
How'd you get a piece of tiny string on there?
I have no idea, but somehow it got there, but I blew it up, but everything else was fine. But it was like that for the entire walk, and thankfully a lot of the pictures still came out all right, because it was a much brighter it was during a brighter part of the day, and so it didn't pop out as much. But closer to the evening, it got darker, and so the spot was easier to spot.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh no. And so now every time I go out there, I always check all the glass and the sensor, make sure they're free of dust or debris.
Whoops. I got a little thick.
So yeah, for any photographers out there, before you go on any trip, check your equipment.
Of course. So here, now I can go in and vary up some of these.
Aaron, FYI, you can pinch 2 layers together to merge them.
Yes, you can. I did that earlier. Yeah, I like keeping the layers separate at this point. And we're getting some nice lighting in here now, I think. What do you think, Dustin?
I'm sorry, what? I was reading out comments in my mind.
What do you think of the lighting? Do you like the lighting now?
I do.
So I can go in here now, and I can go to this layer.
Just wonder if you should blur
And lock it.
that grass.
In the foreground?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
I'm going to lock it first, because I want to change up some of the colors here.
In the killers. Were you planning on blurring them out?
Oh. I didn't want to lock it. What am I saying? I don't want to lock it.
There's dust in
Unlock.
Dustin's camera. Yes, there was.
I want to alpha lock it. There we go. So now I can add different colors on the grasses without adding anything else. See there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think they should be blurred, huh? I think
Yeah.
we should blur some of them and then put some in focus over the top of them. How's that?
Yeah, it's just the way the colors are just looks really distracting.
How's that?
Better.
Can you see that blur?
Yep.
Now, okay, so now what we've done is we created a depth of field. So if I do any grass in front of that, it's got to be even more blurred,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Yeah, so you know your focal length now. You know how to do all that stuff now, son.
Patty.
Go a little bigger with them. What if we go over her face? Is that too much?
Yeah, too much.
Yep, too distracting. You gotta experiment though. You know, you never know. I felt in my heart Thought it was going to be wrong, but you never know.
I mean, if it went towards like the back of, like if it went behind her head, then yeah, it could work. But
Like they're
they're
standing
in
in
the
a
background,
little,
so
like they're standing in the tall grass.
yeah. But the grass is foreground, so
You're right.
it can only be in front. Well, the reason why I've been thinking that the grass was feeling distracting without the blurs, because I feel like seeing grass makes it feel like they're sitting down, but it looks like they're standing up.
Well, they are standing up. They can be standing in tall grass. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've just never seen deer walk around in that tall of a grass.
Well, how often have you been out and seen deer walking around? You got to get out more, boy.
But every time I have seen deer in the wildlife, they're walking around in short grass.
Well, there's tall grass out there for them to walk through. There we go.
So what's the difference between lock and alpha lock?
Alpha lock is locking it means you can't do anything to the layer at all. Alpha lock means I can't do anything on the layer except in the areas that I've already painted. So I can go in and like change the colors of these grasses like this, but it only paints where the grass is. See?
Yes.
You see there?
Yes.
Pretty slick, huh?
Yes. Super.
And then we're just going to come up here, and we're going to go to, we're going to take it off the lock. Take it off alpha lock, and then we go to Gaussian blur, and we blur it again. And these we blur a little bit more because they're closer to camera.
Yes.
See there? Look at that depth. There. I like it. You want to say it's done?
Yes.
Are you ready to be done?
Yes. Just sign it.
Twitch comment. People think the process goes motivation, action, result, but it actually goes action, result, motivation. So the first cycle is always hardest. Yeah, it's all theory. It really just comes down, just get in there and start drawing. Start working. That's really what it comes down to. And there we go. One more thing.
12 hours later.
Gotta get these eyes done.
Make that 24 hours later. Lessons learned the hard way. Yep, been there.
Whoops.
Whoops.
I all of a sudden went over to Photoshop and tried to move something and didn't work that way.
Uh-oh. That would not go as planned. Did y'all read that stuff?
I'm going to. Do you have any advice on how to start up with oils, like any techniques or things I could start doing? Well, I do have a course on my website on how to paint in oil, where I take you through a process where I do an entire studio painting from one of my trips to Alaska. I do an entire painting of one of the lions that I photographed in Alaska. Did I say Alaska?
You said Alaska.
In Africa, sorry. I don't know why I said Alaska. That was weird. But otherwise, I mean, there's a lot of information on the internet. There's a lot of, for me to just tell you right off the bat how you should get started, there's a lot to it. But, I mean, just dive in. That's the best thing I can tell you, is just to dive in. And if you're interested, if you're really interested, check out my course on painting in oil. A lot of people have really enjoyed it. So That makes me happy too. There we go. And let me get her eye just a little brighter down here. There we go. Hey kid, that looks good. There, I'm ready. I think that's
Oh yes, I've seen deer and grass taller than me. Depends on the season and how wet it is for grass to grow fast. Various grass like weeds get that large as well. Huh. I guess I just need to see
Get out
it
of
in
the
different
house.
places. I do get out of the house.
There it is. I signed it, so I can't do anything more to it. So there it is. There's our Valentine deer.
It's like writing your
Saying-
name is like writing a spell.
Saying your muzzle smells like grass.
Smell that grass.
That was a fun one. Let's do this. Watch. Check it out.
Next
Video.
week on Alaskan Lion.
Time lapse replay. So there we are, playing it back, and man, that was a long one today.
Yeah, it's 3:33.
Steve says, "Aaron, you should be proud. People are really fawning over this drawing."
Fawning.
But that was fun, you guys. Thanks. And like I said, today is the last day that you can go ahead and let it play back. I'll just talk. Today's the last day that you can get the discount for our live painting workshop in Sarasota, Florida with Ronnie Williford and myself. And that's going to be March 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Go over to creatureartteacher.com/SRQ and you can get more information on it. It's going to be a great time. It's limited to 30 people and we're almost full. So if it's something you're interested in, then jump on it because it will fill up. And we've really, and we did one in England back in July and it was great. So much so that we have some repeat students coming. So we're really excited about that. Also, don't forget that this weekend is our Valentine's sale. So everything on the website at creatureartteacher.com is 25% off. And so if you go in, make sure you put in the promo code ARTLOVE. That's ARTLOVE, ARTLOVE. Baby. Make sure you put that in there and you'll get 25% off your checkout. And also, remember, I've got a brand new Procreate course out right now, and which is why we painted in Procreate today. And if you've gone over to creatureartteacher.com, you'll find the Procreate course there, and it covers basically my approach. Well, it's not basically, it is my approach to painting in Procreate, but also we're going to cover some animation, which I really love. The animation program in Procreate is so simple. It's so intuitive. I was on it and animating within 2 minutes of opening it up, and it was that quick figuring it out. I really, really love it. And me, having been an animator for the last 30 plus years, I find it a lot of fun and really gratifying. It comes pretty naturally on there, so I think you guys will enjoy it. And so I cover that. I take you through doing a little walk cycle with a character, covering the basics of animation for that. And I think down the road, Nick and I have been talking about doing some more in-depth animation tutorials specifically geared towards Procreate. So look for that in the future. I think I covered everything, right? And I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. Take your loved one out and give them a treat. And if you're single and have nobody like Dustin,
Yeah.
then give yourself a treat. Take yourself out on the town and have a great time.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a hard time. Dustin's really mad at me.
I'm just gonna go out to Lake Woodruff alone with my the only love I need.
So basically what I'm saying is, ladies, Dustin's available. He's there. Anyway, it's still going, isn't it? Oh, we got about got a little while longer. So here it is, me putting in the background, having fun with that. So one of the great things I love about Procreate is your ability to experiment and but you can go back and fix it. You know, it's not like you're going to destroy it or anything. And Nick, we're heading to Sarasota. We're going to be there tomorrow. I don't think we're driving over tonight. So Vedanta has family in town. Nick and Nick's wife, Selena, and Vedanta are sisters, and they have their brother in town. So we're going to go over and see Sinche, and that's it. That's what I'm doing this weekend. How about you, Dustin?
I'm probably going to be doing another Lake Woodruff walk tomorrow morning. I'm actually thinking of doing one later this evening.
Oh,
probably go out there maybe around 4:30.
there you go.
What do you think? Think that'd be?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
I'll
almost
probably
done.
do-
I'm letting it play through.
Yeah, hopefully I find something cool out there. And Sunday, I'll be meeting up with you guys over at Steve and Judy's.
Ah.
And,
Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to do one more thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I do.
What's this?
I want to pump up the...
You know the law, though. Once you put the signature down, you can't do more.
Oh, it looks better now. For some reason, when it was playing back, it wasn't playing back as vivid. Now it looks better. Okay. I was going to say I wanted to punch up the saturation, but now it feels better. All by myself.
All by myself.
Wait, it's got to be Chipmunk.
All by myself.
All right, go out. Have a great day today. Have a great weekend. Put some beauty back into the world. Be nice to somebody. And I will talk to you next Friday. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching. For the second there, I accidentally put the camera on my face
Oh, there
for
you
a
go.
minute there. But thank you guys so much for watching. And one more time, thank you guys who follow me on Instagram during this live stream. For any of you that are just hopping on here, you can go over to my Instagram. I'm a wildlife photographer, and I have that right here as Dustin_Blaise. And since his live stream, we've actually broken 1,000 followers on my Instagram. And
Wow, really?
Yeah, 1,000
Awesome.
followers. We now have 1,001 followers, and the person that broke past the 1,000 has been Stained Galaxy. So Stained Galaxy, thank you very much for getting us started in the 1,000 beyond following point. So you guys are fantastic with that. So with that, thank you guys so much for that. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next Friday. And looking forward to that. And until then, Cowboy Bebop. See ya.
Cowboy Bebop.